Alright, welcome back. I might just do this video by itself. Already went through the first 9 levels in one class in the game Grim Dawn. And we're covering just what I call Geek Speak, so we can understand a little bit of the terminology. So maybe you got some friends or some coworkers who keep talking about some gaming. Ah, there it is. That's what So instead of trying to cover Grim Dawn, what I'm going to cover is terminology to describe the attacks that I'm doing. And that's where every game at least has a common thread. Okay, is that clear? There, yes, clear, okay. So what I'm going to concentrate on today is kind of like a pet class, and also things that do damage over time, what I call DoTs, DoT. So I get level 10, that means you can pick a second class and become something. And I am going to do occultist because they've got some pretty evil things. Not too many words I can put with it. I want that one right there. Yeah, I can get that. Yeah, what I did is I didn't spend most of my points at all, really. Is that a buff? Okay. Vitality, damage. Ooh, there we go. Oh wait, let's get a pet. Let's get another pet. Must have pets. Alright, so let's give skeleton there, familiar there, and bloody pox. Okay. Alright, let's look at this real quick here. I have down here, this is a fear spell. It actually jumps from target to target, and you will notice it's kind of hard to, if I move my mouse it'll disappear, but it'll show 3 second duration, 3 vitality decay per second. So it basically every second it runs it does damage, so therefore it's damage over time. Now why do we want damage over time? Lots of reasons. This is an evil one because just like the other, it jumps. A damage over time, in most games, if you take damage, you can't do something. If you take damage, you can't cast, or if you take damage, it resets your casting timer, or whatever it is. If you take damage, it interrupts. So, we just give them damage. They really can't do anything for 3 or 4 seconds, which is really good. Now, for bosses, if they have a star above their head in this game, I wouldn't be too overly worried with it. You see all the damage he's taking? How good is it? Ooh, here we go. Boss fight. Here's how it comes back. Right now, it's not because I don't want to fight the guy. It's just he has a lot of friends and allies and buddies. Get really annoying. There. Yeah.
That skill's not great.
One thing you'll notice is most bosses aren't going to be affected by your piddly little fear spell. They're not going to run away. There we go. Alright. Which gets us to one of the most important parts. One of. And you see these things right here. You'll see it on your map. It's a shrine. You do whatever they say you want to do. You'll get something. This is nice. I've got a blue, which is great. One-handed don't want. Two-handed. I want more damage. Alright. But more importantly, skill, devotion. And if I keep playing this tune, I want this guy right here, because it's for two-handed. So, I'm going to do this guy, because when it's completed, it gives me 3 green, 3 blue, whatever those really are, I don't care. Because I need 5 of each, so, and I have 1 blue, which started here. There we go. So we have an damage over time, a damage over time, and an area of effect, which later on you can actually turn into damage. So a damage over... Oh, did they wipe out all my skeletons? Oh. There we go. Alright. So it's about 4 or 5 minutes.
Clearing out those. Well done.
Yeah, we'll just do that, and then I might do another one later with the same delete me tune, get him up to like level 9 or 10, and cover up some different areas. So the terminology, you'll see a DD, direct damage, offensive ability, damage per second, you'll see this a lot, DPS. Damage per second. Yes, that's important. Because when you get to here, two-handed sword versus one-handed. So yeah, this looks like, you know, you may not figure out what the damage really is by looking at it. Yes, even have ranged. Yeah. So what it takes is, like you'll see on the description, 1.45 attacks per second versus 1.78, so therefore my two-handed weapon is slower. But because it's slower, it actually accumulates more of the damage per hit. So if you miss, it's worse because now you have to swing again. So the disadvantage of two-handed weapons or slow DPS
Good, you're back.
is if you
What
miss,
am I? You follow the road.
well,
north.
you missed, and you're gonna have to do it again. Let's get rid of my stash. This is a really nice guy up here because there's my individual stash. And these little things are really nice for this game. They're called components. You can take one. I got hundreds of these, who cares? And you can add them to items. And therefore it's now more whatever. Alright, ooh, poison, yes.
Promise.
Yeah, this is a great damage over time. Yeah, I'll take about a minute. I'm going to teleport somewhere. Oh, I got another shrine we can get. I can play around with the damage over time. Yeah. I have to run real quick, but I already killed everything to my next shrine, so this should be easy peasy. There it is. Alright. So we have point blank PBAoE, area of effect. It emanates from me. That's what that one is. I've got plain old damage over time. So it's a very small area. But you'll see it does some really great damage. Then I have the infectious damage over time, which jumps from person to person. I'll get that other stuff later. I want my shrine. Anybody? Yes. Okay, in case he comes back. Yeah, so once he hits that poison, he's died. Okay, here we go. This one, we have to fight. We'll just give him tons of poison. There we go. Shrine clean. And I'll do the same thing. Go to my devotions. Build this guy up here. Run off my merry way and have fun killing. Alright. So, let's get out of here. Come on. There we go. So down here, my number one, I've got Bone Harvest, which is a point blank area of effect. It's a cone, but it's still area of effect and it emanates from you. I've got a disease area of effect, which jumps from person to person. This one actually makes them run away. It does some damage, but really it slows them down and makes them not attack. I have this one, which later on is just horribly evil. It will jump from person to person to person and wipes out armies. This is a ground target area of effect. So what I would do is wherever my mouse is, there it is. So that entire area is now massive poison. Pet class. In Occultist, I've got the Raven, which can heal later on. This guy, which is nice, the Hellhound, he's wonderful. Necromancer, got my skeletons. I get this huge Light Fiend. And there's a Shaman also has a few pets, which is nice. Alright, well that's more than 10 minutes on this, so I hope you learned a little something about Geek Speak. There we got your area of effect, your point blank area of effect, your infectious, your jumping, which is basically just damage over time. So AoE, DoT is the main ones, and a pet class, which means I'm really squishy without my pets and I'll die. Alright, well that's enough of that. That's enough of me. I will see you.